Hey everyone, Matt here. Today we're going to be talking about Liberty Meadows by Frank Cho. Just want to point out a couple of things in this one. Okay, here we go. Alright, I want to point out Frank Cho's sense of timing. Um, Very simple. Like, normal, normal. What just happened? Wait for it. There's a dinosaur running across the page. Like, it's very simple. It's like, setup, uh, hook, payoff. Like, and you go to the next page where it's right, reaction, setup, payoff. Uh, they take a pause for effect, and then I don't even know what you call this, like uh, setup, payoff, because there's more going on over here, and then this is what eventually is gonna finish it off, and then uh, like this is the punchline right here, and then this is like the tagline on it. Like I thought it was the coffee maker. Like that to me is the joke. So like, and these are really simple layouts too. It's just like knowing how to tell a story and knowing how to tell a joke. All right, because I can look at Frank Cho drawing dinosaurs and apes all day. Here's another one. All right, so this one plays out in. This is the premise. Then you have another part of the premise, more premise. So the idea is they're going to the movies. This is all set up right now. So, like, looking forward to the movies. The setup, like, the punchline, payoff. Like, Frank Cho started Liberty Meadows basically as a I don't know if it was a school comic strip or it was a comic strip before it was a comic book. So the reason why I'm pointing that out is these would have been like their own individual comics, uh, either on a weekly or daily. I couldn't remember what it was offhand. And then the payoff would have been this one. So like the thing I want to point out on this one, aside from the timing of it, is like the change of expressions that goes on in the story. Like, look at this right here. You see that smile? That smile is the of someone that's looking forward to something. Like, then look right here. Uh, it starts today, so like, more excitement because mouth open, eyes bigger. Smiling, smiling, looking like he's going to enjoy something. Then, boom. That's the shock. And then introduce this one, and then like the joke becomes even more apparent. So, like all this right here gets paid off, like right here in these two panels. So that's humor. Like, and that's how you set up humor because even though like it took half a page to get to the joke, you have beautiful shot of dinosaurs and ape, and then more ape, and then cartooning all this stuff. And there's a nice symmetry to it too, in that like this panel right here is three. I want to say 3/4 of this one. Then this one it's only half, and this one's only a quarter. So you have this very well done, like three strips right here that, and then it becomes a new thing right down here. But at the same time, like this is like the reason why I refer to like pages as paragraphs and instead of like rows and columns is that in a paragraph you're getting blocks of information and it's a self-contained thing, like it's part of an essay almost. So like paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3, so opening, middle, closer, like this is a complete story right here. So when you're making comics, like that's something to keep in mind. I just want to point out one last thing with the Frank Cho book. These are his raw pencils right now, and I want to point out too, just the outline, and this is only for anatomy. Like look at triceps, forearms, like waist, chest. Like for the most part, I can't say for sure. I want to say this is anatomically correct. However, look at what he's achieving it with. It's not like very detailed out. It's very like the hands and the feet. I mean, when you look at comics, look at how many characters are wearing gloves and like things over their hands, and they never show feet. So contrast that with like the way he's drawn the dog, the way he's drawn the duck, the way he's drawing that. I don't know, what is Ralph? Oh, here it is. Ralph is a midget circus bear. So, like, Ralph is a midget bear, so he's being drawn a certain way, and then, like, look at the hair. Like, this hair is the way he draws it in pencil form, and, let's see, this is how it would look inked. So, if I had to, like, name an artist that it reminds me of, I would say Alex Toth, because Alex Toth would draw like almost photographically perfect outlines. So if you looked at a silhouette, you almost thought it was a real person, then you realized it was a drawing. So like when you're drawing people, like the main thing, like if you want to get things right, just get the outline right. If you get the outline right with the anatomy, it'll give you like it'll imply the texture, it'll imply the shape, it'll imply like how realistic it is. So right. Alright, that was it for Frank Cho's Liberty Meadows. Like just like things to point out on that one, like the cartooning, the timing of things, and now back to Dogs of the City, which is going to be called Lowlifes when it kickstarts. So, right, it's already on Mark. This is Mark's story. Now we're to Charlie Run. Now Charlie Run is about not this guy who was Tony, and not this guy. It's about this guy right here. That's Charlie. That's Daryl. Down here is Tony. So over here we get to the real start of the story. Now, I'm a huge fan of like talking scenes in comics, and I think certain people try to recreate. I'm trying to recreate a diner scene with this one. So this guy right here sees something on the phone, and then he these guys know something, and they're not telling him. And Daryl knows something's going on, and these guys are just ball busting each other. It's the problem with doing great talking scenes in comics is that you only have so much room on the page, and I'm gonna change the font maybe on these things so that it's smaller, and plus when it's color I'm going to be able to make things a little bit better defined. There's going to be like actual word balloons on this thing, so that, because like check this out, for example, I gotta fix this. See this, it's the word balloon, but right here is the lamp. So it's got to be smaller and it's got to be more defined so that it doesn't blend in with this thing. Like it's like not a tangent, but it's just too congruent. So the idea behind this page is these two are in on a secret. This guy's aware of it. This guy's not. So this is where that thing pays off. So that girl Alana, where we've already established that she's Charlie's girlfriend, and then Daryl sees something. He sees this, which is not the thing you want to see, and like the only thing I can compare it to is like a Batman moment. You know, like when Batman like disappears on Commissioner Gordon. Charlie pulls one of these, and from the title starting out, you realize that Charlie is not like a tough guy, comparatively speaking. And I don't want to. Yeah, I'll show it to you guys. What the hell? This is where the story, like, not climaxes, but like this is the peak of the rising action. So I took this sound effect from a manga which is very influential on this book itself, from Crows and Worst. Like, it's an awesome book. You guys should all check it out. And you can see Charlie's face in the glass a little bit. Like, I'm gonna do a job of coloring that so that it sticks out more. And then boom, through the window. And Alana's shocked. Like, Tony is like, what the hell? And then Tony whacks his head, so he's out. And Charlie is just like super mad. So this is the climax of the story, and it's gonna like go into resolving action from here. But like, Charlie took out Tony over a girl, right? And it's not over a girl, but you'll see in the next episode what I'm talking about. By the way, you can check this out if you want to finish reading it on Tumblr, on Facebook, Double Barrel Theater, for both of them, and theater is spelled R-E at the end, so we're very British like that. So, see you guys next time.